society. What we want now. But it seldom works that way in sports, especially in baseball, where there are so many games and so many teams for the Pirates to catch and climb over. The best way to do it? A steady pace. Win series like they have the last two. Slow and steady wins the race, or at least makes the playoffs.
Pirates keep on winning series, and they're bridging the gap between where they stand and postseason position. And they're filing in tonight for the Pirates and the Mariners here from PNC Park. And welcome into the booth. Joe Block along with Steve Blass with you here this evening. And here tonight, a couple of familiar names on the mound for both teams. First, for the Pirates, Francisco Liriano, who, Steve, is coming off his best start of the season.
He was brilliant last time out, Joe. 13 strikeouts. He had a great fastball. He had a great slider, great changeup, and 3 quality pitches for him. He was just as good as we've seen him be. And the control may be the key, but when he's got 3 pitches going for him, he's going to be very tough to beat. 13 strikeouts. We're not going to show you any of his walks because he didn't walk anybody. He was that good. We hope for more of the same tonight.
And Liriano, one of just 2 Pirates pitchers ever to have 13 or more strikeouts and no walks in an outing. So a fantastic performance for him last time around. His mound foe tonight of the Mariners, Felix Hernandez, who's coming off of the disabled list, his second start now since his injury.
Yeah, we don't know exactly what we're going to get. The White Sox knocked him around a little bit, maybe a little bit rusty, but take a look at those next 2 notes. Very good against the Pirates in 3 starts. Interleague play, 20-9. There aren't too many pitchers that can brag of that kind of a record. So with his track record, with his resume, assume nothing. Assume that he is going to be good as he's always been.
Can the Pirates dethrone the King? And if they keep winning series at home, that's how they're going to do it tonight, as the Pirates look to make it their 5th straight series win here at PNC Park. It starts with a win tonight. Pirates and the Mariners on Root Sports up next.
health for all. And by Day Automotive, we're gonna make your day. Let's go Bucks!
Getting ready for the game. Whatever it takes.
I'm all shook up.
Pirates of the Mariners here tonight. Just a brief 2-game series. Get to see Felix Hernandez tonight. Don't get that treat very often.
One of the best in the last 10 years.
Can't believe he's 30 years old.
Well, he started and made his debut when he was 19, a little over 19.
Second start since coming off the DL, and some Mariner fans here in the Berg tonight. The King's Court, like they have in Seattle. We'll have a mini version here. And of course, many folks very excited in Seattle and the Pacific Northwest about King Griffey Jr. being inducted into the Hall of Fame a couple days ago. And on that Sunday, Adam Frazier with the go-ahead home run, first of his big league career. Pirates got another series victory here at PNC Park.
Yep, Meatloaf said it. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
And let's look at the Honda lineup for the visiting Mariners. Scott Service manages the M's. Sean O'Malley will be atop the order with Gutierrez, Cano, and Nelson Cruz playing in right field, leading the team in home runs and RBIs. Dae-Ho Lee, the Korean-born slugger. Kyle Seager moving down against the lefty. Zunino just up doing the catching. Leonis Martin and then Felix Hernandez. There's Scott Service along with Adam Lynn to his right.
Keeping them in contention currently. Francisco Liriano making start number 20. This number is brought to you by Hyundai. The last 2 starts, well, we told you about the last start. Brilliant, 13 strikeouts, no walks. Last 2 starts, Joe, he's taken the Pirates into the 7th inning. That goes for something, for sure, and certainly hope he can play off what he did last time out, not only with the strikeouts, but the control. That's a foundation, makes the stuff even better.
And so many strikeouts this last time around. Didn't really need a whole lot of guys behind him, but our out of defense for the Buccos. Jung Ho Gung in there at third base this evening. Marte McCutcheon and Polanco in the outfield. Mercer Frazier getting the start at second with Jaso at first. Cervelli catching Liriano. There's Cervelli back from injury and looking like his old self.
Looks like he's blessing everybody. Thank you for coming. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Umpire, for coming. Yep. Mr. Authenticator. Yep. Happy to have you here. He has fun. He has fun. He's a joy to watch. He really is.
Doing a little groundskeeping. Sean O'Malley will start things. And a bunt.
And very efficiently taken care of as Francisco Liriano bounces off the hill. A little bit of a follow through toward third base. We reversed that, got in there in time to record the first out. No real arc in that throw to first base. That had some mustard on it.
A little unfamiliarity between the teams, of course. Figure the leadoff man usually runs fast, right? So let's just fire it over there.
By the way, thinking about running fast, they don't run much, these Mariners. They hit lots of home runs. The running game, very, very secondary. The power game, very primary. Third in the American League in the number of home runs hit. They also, by the way, get hit more than anybody with pitches than anybody else in the American League, for what it's worth.
Cano, 22 home runs. The guy that'll bat behind him leads the club in 25. So Nelson Cruz. There's a lot of guys, you know, Gutierrez with 9 in part-time action. I mean, a lot of guys up and down this lineup. You can't nap.
Maybe that's the reason they don't run very much. They don't have to. A record of 50 and 48.
Scott Service pretty much in the same boat where the Pirates are. A couple of teams a little above 500. And a walk to Gutierrez. Let's look at our Rivers Casino tips to win.
Yep, Liriano, rinse and repeat. Yeah, just play off what he did last time out. And I borrowed a line from what you said earlier. Let's dethrone the king.
We're both thinking the same thing. Yeah.
Yep. It's all about pitching tonight. Well, as we open up the ball game, it's all about pitching. We'll see how it plays out.
Pirates have some formidable bats of their own, of course. This is one of the better ones, Robinson Cano. Always fun with interleague play to see these guys in person.
Well, get some vision, eye problem, maybe a contact or something along those lines. Liriano is making his 11th career start against the Mariners. He's 6-2 with a real good ERA, just above 2.5. So he's done well against these Mariners.
And that will advance Gutierrez.
Wild pitch number 8. And a little bit out of sorts after making that real good play to retire the first batter.
It's really interesting with Liriano how he has fared with runners on base versus working from the windup. He only had to work from the stretch twice until the 7th inning in his last start. 2 batters.
He was superb. And you go back, it doesn't sound like much, but he has 3 outstanding pitches. When he throws them for strikes, that's a lot to have to deal with for a major league hitter. You know, you can win with 2 real good pitches on a given night, but the other night he had all 3 working ahead in the count a good bit of the time, and it just all clicked into place.
3-0.
Didn't miss by much, hardly missed at all. In fact, didn't miss. Could have got that call.
Gutierrez at second. It's ruled ball 4. Back-to-back walks. And David Rackley is working the plate this evening. Alfonso Marquez over at first base. Larry Vanover is the crew chief at second there. And Nick Lenz is over at third.
Cruz, as you said, hits a lot of home runs, hits into some double plays. He's tied for the team league with 12 with Kyle Seager, who's batting 6th at third base.
Well, Liriano
gets a changeup over there.
Yeah, and that last start, it was the 20th career start for Liriano without a walk. He has started 246 times. He's walked 2 here in the first inning. Lifetime 3 for 7 with a home run. Liriano's gotten him 3 times on strikes. Broke his bat. There's 1. There's 2. A double play. And Liriano, despite the 2 walks, gets out of it unscathed. And Liriano working out of a couple of walks there, getting out of that inning. Here's the RAV4 lineup for Clint Hurdle's Pirates. And John Jaso atop the order with Polanco and McCutcheon to follow. Marte, Young, and Cervelli. Adam Frazier in there at second base tonight with Mercer, and then Liriano.
Felix Hernandez, 147 wins, 105 losses, 2-0, 3 starts against the Bucks. Calf problem kept him out almost 2 months. So start number 12 on the season. 4-4 overall, 323. 30-year-old from Valencia, Venezuela, 6'3", 225.
And the walks are up, strikeouts are down. This is the velocity from Hernandez when he came up as a teenager. Doesn't matter if you're getting an out on one pitch. Yeah, we're not seeing that 96, 98 stuff from Hernandez very much these days. You got to figure, I mean, he's throwing 230 innings, it seems, every year.
Yeah, well, throwing a lot of pitches, but a couple of years ago, still second in Cy Young. He won it in 2010 with 6 All-Star games, a perfect game. He's got quite a resume, this young man at 30.
Gregory Polanco. Showed the bunt.
Now, Hernandez has been in the big leagues for 10 full seasons, part of another. But of those 10 full seasons, 8 he has had double-figure wins.
He's in a lot of ball games later on. You got it. Trips right for Polanco, or 3 men on the right side of the infield. Bob Walk came up with that the other day, using the football lingo. They move the shortstop O'Malley back now to the left side of the bat.
Oh, we have ends in motion now after a certain count.
And they do the shifts based on, you know, the information on a lot of different things, and you can see the percentages there of where he hits the ball. So he's going to hit almost all the ground balls to the pull side. But the power, though, pretty even.
He's strong enough to hit it out any direction. We've seen that time and time again.
Now that's why we see the infield's often shifted, but the outfield's maybe not as much.
Yeah, the outfield's playing a little bit the other way. Center fielders several steps over toward left center.
Why is that a guy could maybe pull the ball and hit it to the right side on the infield, but he might hit with power more to the left side?
Got to check with somebody else. I don't know. I've never been able to figure that out. There's another aspect of things about pulling and shifting that I never understood before the shifting.
Now 3-2.
That did not miss by much, but it missed. I always wondered when I was talking a scouting report, as you watch this ball just barely missing, they would say, "Well, this guy's a pull hitter. Okay, we're going to play him. We're going to play him away."
Hit to center. Martin back and gone.
Into the shrubbery. Told you he can hit him out in any direction. So all the numbers bled into one. 1-0 Pirate lead.
13th home run for Gregory Polanco.
And downstairs, look at the location, just barely on the bottom of the strike zone, and the King gives up number 8.
Now Andrew McCutcheon.
See him go down, that bat just underneath the baseball, to giving it that look, that lift.
Just
You
over
know
the wall in
Francisco
center.
will come over and say hello.
It's not an above-average fastball anymore from Felix Hernandez in terms of velocity. That was a breaking ball that hit McCutchen.
But nonetheless, it hit him right after the home run. Gregory go down, get under the ball, get the lift, get the distance, and there's not a lot of wind helping him. He earned all of that. Watch Martin go back, and eventually you run out of room.
399 to center. Statcast says that went 404. And now Marte. Home runs for Polanco. Might still get to 20 this year. Really a great breakout season. Starling Marte continuing to move on up. His first year as an All-Star. Now 8th in the league in batting average.
All kind of gaudy numbers against the Mariners in general, and King Felix in particular. He's hit everybody on their staff pretty well, including this guy.
A 440 career average against the Mariners. Remember, these two teams don't meet up very often, but when they have, Marte has been really good. Saw the Mariners in Seattle about a month ago. Pretty well to the right center. Cruz back of this one, and he misplays it. McCutchen run it well, and he's going to score. Marte stands up at third. Pirates up 2-0.
You got it off the scoreboard, and all bets are off when the ball gets off one of those scoreboard walls, because there's all kind of angles. He was waiting for a bounce straight back at him. It went sideways, and now the race is on. Check it out. Right down the middle. There it goes, sideways. And you've got a lot of speed involved here. Comfortably. Moving around the base paths.
2-0, and now Jung Ho Kang. Still only one out. Great read by McCutchen. Knows this ballpark, knows that that's going to be high up off the wall, can't be caught. That'll get the run home. RBI for Jung Ho Kang, 3-0 Buccos.
Give that out up every time, so you kind of have maxed out the half inning. Get anything else going now? We're really in the bonus round. You cleaned it up, and you come away after the cleanup with 3 runs.
They get a 3-0 lead. You know, the home run off. Yeah.
Very nice.
It's an election year.
That's how we want our groups to be creative. You know, come as a group. You know, bring, in this case, 4 people, but bring 4,000 and be creative also. Very nice.
They got their convention here tonight. That's the Marte party.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kyle Seager. The Pirates collect 3 runs in that first inning. Home run by Polanco, triple by Marte, 3-0 Pirates.
At PNC Park as the Buccos lead, partially in part to a Gregory Polanco home run. 3-0 after the first. I'm Robbie Mikowski. Tonight is Twitter Tuesday on Root Sports, and David Freese is our guest. His first question comes from Thomas Zelke, who asked David to describe the feeling as he rounded the bases on that dramatic walk-off home run in Game 6 of the 2011 World Series.
I remember rounding second and making sure to look in and look at the teammates. People have asked that question before, and that's kind of what it comes back to. And because that's what it's all about, who you're kind of sharing the moments with, and to see everybody storming out of the dugout, you know, waiting for me at home plate. It's one of the best parts about that.
You know, it's pretty cool, and you can only imagine how many times David Freese has been asked that question, Joe. And he's very gracious in responding. It's very reminiscent of Bill Mazeroski. He's been asked about his dramatic home run back in the 1960 World Series, and very honest about his answer and discuss it. Really cool to relive that with him for a moment.
Absolutely, and you know, one of the great things about how he describes it, who I get to share that moment with. Yeah. I mean, that tells you a lot about the person. This guy's a professional. It's not just about him. That was so neat to hear that from David.
And I'm sure it's a story that he doesn't mind telling over and over again.
I hope it's one of his favorites.
I mean, when you get asked about the '71 World Series,
I talk about Maz's home run. No, of course. It's so special, and it's always wonderful to think about. And it's wonderful to see Francisco retire the first batter.
This is that moment. He tied the game with a triple in the ninth. The Rangers were one strike away from winning it all, and then Freese leading off the 11th.
That's what you call spontaneous combustion right there.
Now he thought as he recounted it, he thought the 3-0 pitch that he got was ball 4, and he argued it. Then he got another chance.
Everybody deserves a second chance.
And a bunt for the power hitter Seager.
Well, if they can do it, they can get it. Maybe part of the game plan tonight from a power hitting team. Interesting.
Yeah, they bunted twice on Liriano already.
Well, it's there for the taking. It is there for the taking. All you got to do is get it in fair territory. You got a base hit.
Edgar Martinez, hitting coach, great hitter. Mariners. Looking at Nelson Cruz there, who was the right fielder. Did not play that ball well. That pitch delivered by now Freese's teammate Neftali Feliz. Kyle Seager's second bunt hit of the season. A guy that has 19 home runs. Mike Zunino, good power.
You wonder about the reasoning, of course, and you think, okay, power guy bunting for a base hit. Yeah, okay, I give up the chance to hit the ball over the fence, but hitting the ball over the fence doesn't happen very often.
Great point.
It doesn't. So you take your shot. Everyone, you don't make it a lifestyle, of course.
If you hit 40 home runs in a season, you're hitting one every 4 games. You know, right? I mean, that's if you're a big time home run hitter.
That's large. That's living large. Yep.
But you can get more than one hit a game for a good hitter that way.
Francisco fooling around with another free pass. He's got a 3-1 count. Not that it's going to happen, but a little bit of a choppy start here. But Mariners are not on the board. We are.
I'm curious too. You know, Steve, you mentioned, you know, why bunt there. We were talking about it last inning, how Liriano in his last start really cruised because there weren't base runners. He only had a base runner on for 2 batters prior to the 7th inning. The numbers show the walks go way up, the strikeouts go way down when he's got to work out of the stretch. So I wonder if Scott Service saw that and maybe thought, no, that might come into play. Just get a base runner on and let's see him out of the stretch instead.
Walk. I just want to talk about this subject for a minute because I talked to Ray Searage about Francisco in control. He said one of the things that he sees is that Francisco will fly out open. In other words, when he's getting ready to deliver the ball, that glove hand will fly open and take him open, and now the arm's got to try to catch up with the body. And if you try to do that at the last minute, that's tough. You know, the mind saying to the arm, catch up, and it gets you out of sync a little bit. And then that's why you see that funny kind of follow through from Francisco when he's struggling a little bit. He'll follow through over toward third base, kind of flopping around. So if we can give you an idea what this is, if you get your body way out going this way and your arm is behind, first of all, your body can't help. It can't help your arm anymore. Okay, so you're trying to catch up, and it gets you out of sync, and it's going to throw your mechanics off. And that's why you see him really just that follow through when he's flopping around after he releases the ball. It's tough to do. It's tough to catch up. He's flying open is the expression they use. And he did it right there again. That's kind of an awkward follow through when that last step is way over on the other side of the landing area.
So when we hear the phrase repeating his delivery,
repeating the correct delivery.
Yeah, right.
He's been repeating the wrong delivery on occasion.
He's behind again here, 2-1. We've seen the velocities good today. Look at our Allegheny Health Network Super Bowl.
See, that's really when that back leg comes all the way around like that. It's not tight.
Fair ball, in trouble. Seager's in. Zunino does not run well. He's held. That limits Martin to a double. The Mariners are on the board.
Just out of the reach of John Jaso. And the Mariners get a good bounce, like the Pirates got a good bounce before, as that ball hits the stands and comes straight back in foul territory. And that ball, you can see location, that's right down Main Street. And the effort by John under the glove, perhaps, or just out of his reach, but then the bounce comes straight back in.
Martin with RBI 30. He runs well. Zunino ahead of him does not. And with the wildness, Cervelli's going to have a word. There's Zunino, the lead runner. Martin really the only guy in the lineup with plus speed.
Cervelli out to talk with Francisco.
They got the pitcher up, and an American League pitcher at that.
Well, you got these runners in scoring position. You got the advantage. You got the pitcher up there who doesn't do all that much at all. Get on the other side of him. That's a second out. That will put you closer to leaving them. And if you do a lot of that, you're going to get. Now he has hit one career home run. It was a grand slam, so he made it count. But that's been about it.
103 for his career.
Now you would expect Liriano to be able to put him away.
Always going to have that conversation about the squeeze too, but you know, if you're not a good bunter, not every pitcher is a good bunter. Now with 2 strikes, that's off.
Taking care of business as you should. And now you got a big matchup coming up early in this ball game. Runners at second and third, 2 outs, and you got to try to do something to leave them there.
And so, no Ketel Marte. He's on the disabled list with mono. So instead, Sean O'Malley, who is
that still around?
I've had it before. And when I was 17, 18.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah,
it's still around.
Oh, yeah. I guess that was a long time ago. Yes.
That used to be the thing in high school, I thought. Mononucleosis. By the way, Joe, they used to call it the kissing disease.
Oh, well, I didn't get it from that.
Congratulations.
I used to be a nerd.
Hey.
I said used to be. I set you up, Steve. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Like that's changed.
Doesn't sound like it when you were 17.
Yeah. Right into the shift. Frazier gets the out. Mariano limits the damage to a single run. Pirates up 3-1. And a look at our Barrel Automotive League leaders, and where does Felix Hernandez rank among active pitchers in these categories at age 30? He's got the 6th most starts of any pitcher currently on the hill, and the best ground ball to fly ball ratio.
How about over 2,000 strikeouts?
At 30 years old. But as we saw in that first inning, you know, the velocity is not this 95 to 98 we saw as a teen in the 20-something. 91, 92 miles an hour, kind of where his limit is. And
however,
these days that's an average or even below average fastball.
But 191 strikeouts in 202 innings last year.
Still effective.
Still striking them out.
Yeah, this year the strikeout rate is the lowest it's been. As the battery talking things over. 3 walks for Liriano so far. But as you know, I mean, just because you don't throw hard or because you do throw hard doesn't make you an effective or ineffective pitcher. It's just different.
Just get them out. Get them out. The rest is details.
Trying to beat the shift, and with that good speed, Seager gets his man.
Nice play by the third baseman. Really nice play. Frazier does run well. You know, Adams gotten base hits on those kind of balls all his minor league career. But this is a big league play. Down on the ground, gets up, releases the ball before he gets all the way upright and has to have any chance to make the play. So he's throwing on the way up, not standing up and then throwing. That's a big difference. I'll tell you one thing, Bob Seager could not make that play. Even if it's against the wind.
There's a silver bullet hit out to him. Here's Jordy Mercer. That's a big difference too. Instead of having the speedy Frazier on at first with nobody out, you know, might have a chance to swipe second. In and out there. That big home run on Sunday, the first of his career.
Nothing cheap about it either. Nothing cheap about it. Jordy's done all right against Hernandez, just 6 at bats, a couple knocks. No reason you bring that up. You know, you're up against one of the very best. And he's not seen him a lot, but you know, okay, I'm not intimidated. Apparently, 2 for 6. That's all right. Good introduction.
When you were on the mound, did you know the guys that hit you well, and did that affect the way that you pitched them?
Oh yeah. I knew the guys that hit me well, and it affected very much the way I pitched. And the way I pitched them was experimentally. Let's try something else right now. Yeah, you had an idea. You can't fall in the trap of getting away from your best stuff too. You got to pitch to your strength, not to their weakness. And you know, most times, if you're a pitcher and you're making good pitches, you're still going to have a good chance to get them out. The very best guys, the guys are doing. But a lot of the reputations are built on coincidental number of bad pitches, bad locations. Say a Billy Williams or Ron Santo or McCovey, guys that hit me well. It was most of the time, high percentage of the time, you made bad pitches against them and they hurt you. If you made good pitches, then you got them out. Just didn't make them often enough.
Two from Felix. Hard roller.
Another nice pick. Very impressive pick at third base by Seager. She's still the same.
And you can save big when you use your Giant Eagle Advantage card this season, up to $10 off tickets for Sunday home games. And you just got to show your Giant Eagle Advantage card at the PNC Park ticket windows, or you can go to pirates.com/advantage card to save that way. So now Liriano will bat with the bases empty. I like seeing him swing the bat anyway.
He's done it well. 11 for 29. 11 for 39, excuse me.
He's batted twice as a pinch hitter. And this is always fun because usually when you see the 7, 8, 9 hitters, you get the first two. You just get the pitcher out of the way. Okay, no big deal. Well, Liriano kind of makes it a little bit more complicated.
He does. He complicates it a lot.
He's ahead of the count, 2-1.
It's just still difficult to look at Hernandez and feel like it's a career that's winding down at age 30.
Hit well to center. And there it goes. Francisco Liriano. His second career home run.
And how about that? Well up into the shrubbery, well over the 399 sign. Just crushes it. Another monster alert. Monster alert. Monster home run.
First home run of the year. There's no easy out of the 9 spot for the Pirates.
I love 2-out offense, don't you?
Wow. Estimated at 416 feet.
Come on, can't you round it off to 420?
Oh, man.
Sounds good. Look at this. Right in the wheelhouse. And all gone. How about his teammates? We talked about David Freese having somebody to share these kind of things with. Yeah, he's sharing it with these guys. They're loving it. And they're just getting, I thought he'd be a little more animated. They're just getting ready for the show down in the dugout when he arrives. Take a look at it again. A+ right under the A in Pirates. That's incredible.
I love the National League. Pirates have deposited a pair out there.
There it is.
That was no cheapie.
And also, on top of everything else, nice to match their run at the top of the inning, just to get that 3-run spot back.
Yeah, so Hernandez, you know, gets a couple of ground outs. All right, now you got the pitcher up, right?
Easy pickings.
That's where it is.
So now it's easier. 12 for 40 for Francisco.
And Liriano adds another second career home run as he takes Felix Hernandez deep to center, and the Pirates on top 4-1.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by the Chevy Colorado and your Western PA Chevy dealers. And by Barrel. Visit barrel.com to learn more about our 3 conveniently located collision centers. Let's go Bucks!
Felix Hernandez has given up a pair of home runs to Polanco and Liriano. Working with a 4-1 lead to start the third.
Well, you've talked so many times, Joe, about watching Liriano in pitcher's batting practice just lose balls over the right field wall consistently.
Gutierrez hits this one out.
Yep, dig your heels in. This could be one of those games. First pitch here, top of the third.
And the 10th home run for Gutierrez. Now the Mariners, as you pointed out, Steve, 3rd best in baseball in home runs. And now well, that's not where you're supposed to throw it. Supposed to throw it back into the Allegheny.
6 hits, 6 runs so far. We're playing in the top of the third inning. First pitch, top of the third inning. See, it doesn't get down. It's not downstairs. It's elevated. Just sliced with power. Well, at least Liriano hit his further.
A measly 352 for Gutierrez. Can Liriano get it? Yeah. They did Cano for the first out.
That's kind of a veteran feel that Francisco Liriano not getting antsy, just waiting calmly for that ball to come down and then making a play. I've seen a lot of pitchers get very nervous, happy feet when they're waiting for that ball to come down. You're seeing all kind of things. You're thinking all kind of things. There's so much time to really, really mess it up.
Look at some Point Park tweets for tonight. Liriano with an absolute bomb, and he does it all. Steve Ritchie, I think that's the guy that threw the ball into the Allegheny the other day. Clear the deck, which the last fan did not do. And Nelson Cruz with 25 home runs.
Again, elevating.
Now, I looked this up, Steve. You hit a home run.
Yeah, one consecutive home run.
How did you feel when you took the mound after hitting your home run?
Ecstatic. I also was facing a very good Cubs lineup, so I didn't feel ecstatic for long. It was fun running around the bases because I ran to first base, and Don Lepper, the first base coach, said, take a left. You know, I used to peel back to the right into the dugout most of the time. It was fun. And you really don't know how to run the bases, so you don't showboat. You just, okay, let me get around here quickly because I'm not sure what I'm doing.
Liriano doing it for the second time, but still, I mean, once you took the mound again, I guess you got to clear your mind, right, and get back to pitching.
Yeah, you do. And you know, I actually, of course, strikeout number 3. I really don't remember that much. Wow, so long ago, except it was September 5th, 1969, at 2:43 in the afternoon. Partly cloudy afternoon. Temperature 78 degrees. Humidity 43%. 34,212 in the stands. Ken Holtzman is the pitcher. The rest of it's kind of cloudy.
You hit it off Kenny Holtzman?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good guy to hit it off of.
Anybody is a good guy to hit it off. Yeah.
But I don't have to look him up.
Yeah, he had a good resume.
Yeah. Like, who is that? I don't know who that was.
I think he retired the next day because of that. Shame, humiliation.
Dae-Ho Lee.
By the way, you know who else hit their only home run at Wrigley Field?
Who's that?
Next door. Mr. Walk.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Right through the wickets. He must play croquet in South Korea. Breaks up an 0 for 15 for Lee.
Mr. Garrett Cole's first home run was at Wrigley Field.
Now, where was the wind blowing the day that you hit yours?
Blowing in at about 30 to 45, gusting to 45.
We'll have to take your word for it. Kyle Seager bunted his way on last time.
I got to say, I wasn't actually anticipating these kind of fireworks with these two pitchers tonight.
Liriano coming off that start, 13 strikeouts, no walks. Hard to do that, but seeing that great improvement in his last start, you figured he'd be close to it. He's walked 3 already, giving up a home run.
And he's going to be closing in close to 60 pitches in 3 innings. You don't want to start averaging 20 pitches an inning. You're throwing number 53.
Foul ball.
If I'm not mistaken, way back in the day, Denny Nagel hit a grand slam at Wrigley Field. And I know you'll look that up for me. Not right now, but I know you'll cover me. You're going to hit one as a pitcher. That's an inviting yard.
If you got the wind going your way, then it can be even easier. You got the baskets. which actually they weren't in existence when you hit your home run.
A lot of things weren't in existence.
Man had landed on the moon at that point. So,
well, just a little bit before I hit the home run. That was 1969.
Lee running. This one hit well to right. A 2-run, 2-out home run for Seager. The ball is jumping tonight.
Back to square one. We got a 4-4 ball game.
2 home runs in the inning for the Mariners. It's the 20th for Seager.
He's made a couple of nice plays at third base, and a nice play kind of looking like he was out in front of that pitch a little bit. But turns it back around. A chance for a barn burner.
Popped him up this time. Oh, really carrying one. That little pop-up got all the way out to right. Couple of home runs, and now the Mariners have tied it. Fan viewers in the Mecklenburg area, thanks for watching and rooting on your Pittsburgh Pirates. All of us at Root Sports and the Pirates appreciate your support. And on the UPMC scoreboard, Pirates and Mariners now tied. Franklin Gutierrez leading off the inning with a long ball, and then Kyle Seager, a 2-out, 2-run shot. So that support that Liriano had now gone. Gregory Polanco, who has hit one out, along with Liriano.
It is amazing, as you said, that the ball is carrying like crazy, and there's very little wind. I mean, the flags aren't doing much. It's just those things. I used to say humidity might have something to do with it. I'm not sure. It's jumping.
Base hit. That's shot right past Seager.
Tattooed.
2-for-2 start for Polanco.
You want action? You got action tonight. Right through there, and that was sharply hit. Crack of the bat.
McCutcheon hit with a breaking pitch his first time around. Polanco has stolen 9 bases.
if anybody needs to run tonight. Why risk?
That's a great point.
Thrown out.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to hit a home run. Should get aboard. All right, let's wait for it. Clint Hurdle has, I'm sure, seen a lot of these. He's managing the Rockies and has a little bit of that feel tonight. Broke his bat. There's one and two. So they go around the horn to get McCutchen. Now with two gone. Give you our day automotive this day in Pirates history. 4 years ago today, Starling Marte making his major league debut in National League Central play against the Houston Astros. And the first pitch he saw in the big leagues left Minute Maid Park off Dallas Keuchel, the reigning Cy Young Award winner this year.
How good is that?
Pirates winning that game 5-3.
Yeah, am I good enough to be here? Whack. Yeah, yep. Looks okay so far.
Good start. Has kept that going since. Yeah, remember the Astros used to be in the division?
I do remember that. Yeah.
What? Actually on the schedule this year. Interleague play against the American League West. That's why we're seeing the Mariners get a 3-game set against the Astros here next month. The Astros are hard charging in that AL West. They're trying to close in on the Rangers after a sluggish start this year, and that's made the Mariners the bronze medalist right now in the division, putting them in an interesting situation where they've actually traded away one of their players, a lefty specialist, Mike Montgomery, to the Cubs.
I remember when the Astros first went away to the other side. And we said, oh my goodness, there goes a bunch of wins for the Pirates. And then all of a sudden they got pretty good, pretty quick.
Could you imagine what the division would be like these last few years if the Astros were winning 85 or 90 games? You might have an 85, 87 win team that finishes in 4th place in a division.
There would have been a division kind of devouring itself day after day.
Of course, every other team probably wouldn't have won as much. That's the thing, you know, you can get in now with the 2 wild cards. Last few years, at least in the National League, you got 85 last year. That would have been good enough. Now, of course, they took the teams that got in the wild card had many more than that. But if you had 85, you still would have gotten in last year. So that's what's interesting with the Pirates and the Mariners. Both teams just a little over 500. Trade deadline comes up within a week. The Mariners have sold one of their parts. The Pirates are not going to do that. Neil Huntington has said they're not going to be sellers, so to speak. They're going to be.
It's fun to speculate.
Looking at everything.
I'm guessing, and I have no insider information. I don't think the Pirates are going to do much.
There's ball 4. And let's go back to the studios. Rob King has a game break. That's no regular outfielder out there making that play. And Cardinals have Trevor Rosenthal on the DL, so they've been using Sungwon Oh as the closer last month or so. Another stolen base for Starling Marte, 35.
And almost oversliding as all the middle infielders now stay with the tag just in case there's an overslide. But Starling's off to the races. Head first and holding on.
5 steals. Trying to close in on Jonathan VR of the Brewers for the league lead. See if the Pirates could retake the lead with a 2-out chance here.
And now it's Hernandez who is getting up toward the 60 pitch mark, working in the 3rd inning.
That's after turning a double play ball in this inning.
Yep. People to be in the bullpens, it's just a matter of when. That's pretty obvious. How early it's going to be. In and around a bunch of off days for the Pirates.
Yeah, and I was just going to say the Mariners having an off day yesterday. By the way, happy birthday. Yeah, just coming off an off day yesterday. Pirates will have another off day Thursday. Hit well, but Martin runs well. Able to get underneath that one. And plenty of time to end the inning for the Pirates. Knotted at 4.
Remember almost a week and a half ago in Washington, D.C., the star of the 18-inning game against the Washington Nationals may have not only been Starling Marte, it was 4-year-old Nicholas Golnoski, who today is at PNC Park to take a tour. He met Clint Hurdle, he met the players, including Josh Harrison, amongst many others, hung out in the Players Lounge and played some games. A full access tour that he had, and here they are, hanging out as a guest of Pirates president Frank Coonelly. Here is 4-year-old Nicholas Golnoski, along with his parents, Jay and Annie. Jay, how do you describe this day for your son and the rest of your family?
Well, it's just been totally overwhelming, and it's been such a great experience. We got to thank the Pirates organization, Frank Coonelly and his staff, and especially Starling Marte for hosting us today. It's been a day we'll never forget. Our son Nick has been smiling ear to ear since he woke up this morning. It's just been such a super experience, and we're just elated to be here. So
you mentioned Starling Marte. We're going to get to that in a second, but Starling Marte actually traveled an hour to hang out with little Nicholas and actually drove him here to the ballpark, and look how excited he is to see himself. He sees himself on TV right now. What's it like seeing yourself on TV, Nick? How do you like seeing yourself on TV?
Not good.
Not good, not good. How has life been different, Annie, for the last week for your family and including your son?
Things have not really been that different for Nicholas because he's just been Nick. But for Jay and I, my phone has been very busy, and social media has been really crazy. So, and of course, hearing from the Pirates, it was pretty unbelievable.
Social media might get a little crazy after watching this video. Hey, what did you do with Starling Marte today?
Nothing.
Nothing. How about this jersey that you're wearing right now? Let's spin around. He presented him with a jersey that is autographed by Starling, and actually went out and drove him to the ballpark and spent a lot of time, brought some goodies over. Joe, what a day for Starling Marte and the Pirates who make this young man's dream even get a little bit larger, and I'm pretty sure we'll be tracking his reactions the rest of the evening.
Oh, that is really, really neat.
How about the energy level there? Flying high.
And how cool of Starling Marte to do that.
Yeah, that's pretty.
drives him to the ballpark.
Yeah.
That's that's what it's all about. It really is. I think it's really neat that people are as excited as we are about being at the ballpark, and Nicholas is even more excited. Well, look back. This is Francisco Liriano's home run.
Yeah, everybody loves a long ball, especially Nicholas. Yeah, high fives, high tens, low tens.
He hung in there through all 18 innings.
He is a fan. He is a fan.
This one headed to Marte, and the Mariners are going to have the lead. Martin with that leadoff single scores, and the double by Sean O'Malley. Now this is back a couple of Sundays ago in Washington. Pirates had the lead. It went away, extra innings. And then Starling Marte with the go-ahead home run in the 18th inning. He had been at the ballpark for 6 hours. I'm in a glass case of emotion. Now so much cooler and calmer for a moment.
I think the camera loves him.
I think it's mutual.
Yeah.
4 years old and loving the game of baseball. An experience he'll never forget, thanks to Starling Marte and the Pirates. Then and now.
So it continues to be a rough evening for Francisco Liriano in spite of his home run, as the Pirates now trail by 1. And the Mariners doing something that I hope your team does. Leadoff single by the number 8 man, and a bunt, sacrifice bunt by a guy who doesn't get to do much with the bat, and that creates the go-ahead runner scoring for the Mariners.
Gutierrez go over his last 162 games, 35 home runs, and that you don't really hear about. Great prospect coming through the Dodgers system a dozen years ago. Always injured, but finally healthy this last year or so. And even in part-time action, very productive. A different Liriano here tonight. Trying to battle and keep this one close. O'Malley with the double. His 8th RBI.
And the leash is getting shorter, Francisco.
It's not about pitch count, it's about effectiveness. A lot of pitches up today. Now he said that, he's been getting more and more swings and misses in his last few starts, last 3 to be specific. That's come from his fastball command, which has been erratic today again. 4th walk. And with Jared Hughes loosening.
He's not near the steps yet.
Searage.
Too far away from him, but
using different colors on that pen. Now the 2 big guys coming next, Cano and then Cruz. Good swing and a miss.
he has hit into a lot of double plays.
9 to be exact. That first swing and miss, on that slider down.
Well, that's what we saw a lot of last start. But even if he throws the good ones now, he's not ahead in the count often enough to have them chase. There's a good-looking sinking fastball, a little movement on it downstairs. So now he's ahead in the count. Maybe he can get a chase. It certainly helps when they can't afford to take a call third strike.
Hooked it. 2-2 on Cano.
Reaching back for a little extra. He got a little extra, but hooked it outside.
Liriano coming into today the highest walks per 9 rate of any qualified starting pitcher since Butler High's Matt Clement in 2000. It seems to be okay. Rattled the Mariner dugout.
They're laughing now because they're all still alive.
Ooh. Whistled in there. That whistled out to left. O'Malley trying to score, and he will easily. The runners will move up on that high throw. 6-4 Seattle. It's a single for Cano and a run batted in.
Upstairs, wheelhouse, solid contact. And that's going to be it for Francisco as you watch this 6th run coming in and the overthrow, and Mr. Liriano not backing up on top of everything else. And boy, you talk about catching a flyer in left field.
So Liriano done after 3 1/3 here this evening. The Mariners up by 2.
Copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
And having a little swim here on this warm night in July, and the heat getting on Liriano there, forcing him out after 3 1/3. So now Jared Hughes.
And they're still in business.
Runners in scoring position with 1 out for Nelson Cruz.
Numbers for Jared as he comes in to try to limit the damage. Wondering how much they're going to pitch to Cruz. 1 out situation.
Yeah, you got first base open. Good point. Now Dae-Ho Lee, who would be the guy that you would face at is the slowest runner on the team, probably, but has power, but not quite like Cruz.
Yeah, and watching Cruz when he takes his place in the batter's box, looks like he is another one of those guys right up on top of the plate. I don't know if to the degree Anthony Rizzo is from the other side for the Cubs, but he steps right on in there. See that front leg coming in. Pirates will give up the run for the second out.
The run will go on Liriano's ledger. RBI number 66 for Cruz. 7-4 Seattle. Well, one start after his best start of the season. Liriano has given up 7 runs. Still responsible for Cano.
Well, the bad news, we're behind 7-4. The good news is that we've got 4 runs, so the game is not entirely out of hand by any means here as we play in the 4th inning. So we're looking for a bright spot. I want to check out that direction.
From one Korean to another, Lee to Gung. 7-4 Seattle.
Time for the Toyota RAV4th inning. The all-wheel drive RAV Hybrid has performance that will make you rethink hybrid. Let's go Bucks!
What a beautiful sunset here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and looking out the other window in the back of our broadcast booth, it's creating that as a sensational sunset over the West End Bridge. So we hope things get a little brighter for the Pirates, but that's quite a sunset effect. The skyscrapers in Pittsburgh.
We get to come here 81 times a year.
So let the comeback begin.
It has not been easy for Felix Hernandez. He's given up a pair of home runs. Pirates staked Liriano to a 3-0 lead, a 4-1 lead, but the Mariners have come back with 6 unanswered. There it is. And a base hit for Cervelli.
Well, there are a lot of people that love great defense. A lot of people love great pitching. A lot of people like offensive action. And those folks are having a good time tonight. is a hitter's night at this point.
Now, is this an American League style baseball because of all the runs? Well, one of the guys that hit one out today is a pitcher, Liriano.
Yep.
So what is it?
It's a hitter's night. It's a hitter's night in Pittsburgh.
Adam Frazier. Liriano out after 3 1/3. Hit the home run. Should be 2. Well, I don't think he was on the bag. Yep, there's no more of that neighborhood nonsense.
Yep, Mr. Cano being a little slick with the backhand shovel.
Yeah, you got to tag the bag now. They won't give you close.
Kind of a low feed. Oh, the drag of the foot. This is the bag, and got to go back.
They get the 1 out. Frazier with good speed on at first now.
And the Pirates fortunate. Still in business.
Jordy Mercer bounced out his first time.
Jordy's still maintaining those good season numbers so far.
Yeah, already more runs batted in than last year. Frazier board, he's stolen 3 times, been thrown out once. Little poke into right, falling fast, base hit.
Oh yeah, perfecto.
And Frazier, seeing it all the way, gets to third.
Doesn't have to be a bullet. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just drop it out there into right field.
Setting it up. Putting a couple of men on. And there's a good look on our Allegheny Health Network Supermo. Frazier seeing where that ball was right away. Shot put out there. They're at the corners now. Matt Joyce pinch hitting for Hughes.
You know what he has done off the bench?
Quite simply, baseball's best pinch hitter.
Yep.
As a pinch hitter, 4 home runs and 13 runs batted in. And 11 hits. This gets the Mariners out of the inning. And we will see Jeff Locke as the Mariners still lead. to you by T-Mobile. And a couple of trades yesterday as we're getting closer to the trade deadline. Aroldis Chapman is back in the National League Central. 4 top prospects going to the Yankees, and Melvin Upton Jr. from San Diego to Toronto for a pitching prospect. He's had an improved season. And so the Blue Jays trying to go for the American League East. Get some cash involved in that Upton deal. So Chapman is back for the Cubs.
Let the trading rev up.
They have the best record in baseball right now, but the Pirates not that far back. 8 games. This is game number 99 of the season. The sun is not set on the Pirates' chances for the Central Division crown.
Jeff Locke's numbers as he comes out of the bullpen for the second time. First trip was not all that successful last Wednesday. 7 hits, 5 walks, 5 runs, and 3+ innings of work.
Making his second relief appearance.
Oh, last appearance as a starter. I'm sorry, second relief.
Yeah. Kyle Seager has a bunt base hit and a home run. Successive innings.
Those numbers I gave you for his last start, and here he is out of the pen.
What Locke has done out of the bullpen in that 1 outing, 2 1/3 scoreless.
Yeah, you wonder about the other guys shaving their head. Not so for Jeff.
Blowing away Kyle Seager there. The high heat, 93.
Upper range for Jeff, but he gets it upstairs, gets a swing and a miss. Way upstairs.
Clint Hurdle hasn't said that Locke has been moved to the bullpen, though he is not penciled in for any upcoming start. Nor is it a guarantee that on Friday, where the Pirates need a starter, that it would be Locke. We've not had an update on Chad Kuhl, who would be a possibility for that start. He was hurt down in Indy. Mike Zunino, Mariners catcher, rips a double. Mariners bidding again here in the 5th. And the Bucks and PNC Bank have teamed up to offer Pirates fans a special deal. $5 you can save on select Sunday through Thursday games, plus $5 in loaded value, good for concessions and merchandise here at PNC Park. All you got to do, use your PNC Pirates Affinity card, purchase tickets. You can get more at pirates.com/piratescard. Leonis Martin scoring double in the 2nd, singled in the 4th.
Maybe the Mariners are trying to get even. What didn't they get shut out in their last game?
On 1 hit.
Jay Happ and the crew.
But this team plenty capable of scoring runs. The previous game they scored 14 runs on 19 hits. So we see which version of the Mariners we've gotten tonight.
High tide or low tide.
And that's been their thing really all year. They'll win one, lose one, win one, lose one. They've never really gotten on a big streak, never one way or the other. It'd be tough for Frazier, but he made it look easy. Nice charging play. Moves Zunino to 3rd with 2 outs.
Yeah, Jeff getting inside nicely, sawing him off. Manny Active, former Major League manager. Third base for the M's. See if Jeff can put up a 0. Haven't seen one since the 1st inning.
Yeah, in that 1st inning, Liriano walked a couple and then got out of it with a double play ball. Since then, half a dozen in a row from the Mariners. Felix Hernandez. Liriano still watching the action. A lot of times starters go back in and get themselves a shower. Soriano expected to be out for longer. And just left the ball up today. Wouldn't you agree, Steve? A lot
left
of
the ball up and then walked a lot of people again.
Yeah.
Bad combination.
That one just missed.
You walk a lot of people, and then maybe to try to correct that, to throw strikes, but they're upstairs. It's just a bad combo.
And he strikes him out. So Jeff Locke puts up that 0. Works around the 1-out double.
Mariners fans, including that guy on the right wearing a Hall of Fame hat, which included one of their own, Ken Griffey Jr., along with Mike Piazza. Many people drive by the Liberty Tubes, may pass this building right here, the Matthews Bronze Division. Why are we showing you this? Because this is where the Hall of Fame plaques turn from clay into bronze. They make their way from Cincinnati in clay. They're molded at 2,150 degrees into a furnace, and they come out looking something like that. That's the clay image of Ken Griffey Jr.'s plaque. Pretty good stuff. This year's plaques were made by Tom Suchia. Suchia from Cincinnati drove them over, put them in the hands of Matthews International by the Liberty Tubes, who has been making the plaques since about 1983. That is a very long time. So next time you drive in and out of the tubes, take a look for it. Some history being made there every single year as the two were presented for induction this past Sunday, Joe and Steve.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Made in Pittsburgh. Yeah, that's great stuff too.
That's why I come out to the ballpark. Doesn't matter. Some nights, how the game is going. But where else would the Hall of Fame plaques be made, right? You got hot metals.
Yep.
Being made right here in Pittsburgh.
Memorialized in bronze. And it's okay for Griffey to wear his hat backwards. With that kind of career, you can wear it any way you want to.
Well, he started that, the kid, you know. Another teenager who donned the Mariner uniform and went on to great success, like Felix Hernandez. Still in the throes of his career. Ken Griffey Jr., the first #1 overall pick to become a Hall of Famer. He won't be the last, though. And Felix getting advantage of his battery mate for a third time.
Check out the kid.
Off Eric King there. Just that smooth left-handed swing. Look at that. Yep. Why is that so much prettier than a right-handed swing?
That is so familiar. That's the uppercut power lift. You know, I remember too, as you take a look at the numbers, the catches he made, the leaping catches against the wall and up over the wall. I mean, highlights with the glove and with the bat. This is a Hall of Famer.
In his 20s, a very, very great center fielder too. Born in Denora, grew up in Cincinnati. I'd like to mention the little town along the Mon because Stan the Man Musial, of course, born there as well. 2 Hall of Famers.
Junior's dad, great baseball player.
Ken Griffey Sr. was a very good baseball player. People kind of forgot about him a little bit because of his son's prowess. But Griffey's, of course, getting to play together in Seattle too.
How about these at bats off the bat of Gregory Polanco? All 3 of them stung.
He's homered to center, single to left, single to right. And look at this, teammates. There's one. Is that Devon White out there? And then, all right, son, you come up. I'll do the same thing, Dad.
As they like to say, it doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah, father and son as teammates and homering back to back. Wonder if we'll see that again. Don't mind the Pirates going back to back right here. They tie it up.
And also our congratulations out to Mike Piazza, inductee, Cooperstown.
Born and raised in Eastern PA.
So far, Hernandez has been really helped out with a couple double plays.
And McCutchen grounding into one when it looked like something was brewing in the 3rd, and then Joyce, the pinch hitter, with runners at the corners, ending the 4th.
Yeah, I got a circle around that one. That would the Pirates had a chance to at least eat into the lead with a runner at 3rd base with less than 2 outs, but the double play erased that. So still a 3-run deficit. It was a big double play for Hernandez.
But he has given up a couple of home runs tonight.
His pitch count will be sliding into the 80 range here shortly.
With 1 out in the 5th.
Before the DL, he did throw 115 in one start.
Yeah, there's no real limit for Scott Service when Hernandez is out there. Logged a lot of innings. A little delayed call from David Rackley, but
body language will tell you what Andrew thinks of that one.
David Rackley, the 3rd-year umpire. Zunino trying to present that ball a little better. Well, neither called strike was in the zone. Longo running. And with the stolen base, but McCutchen strikes out. Had to expand the zone after David Rackley was doing it for him.
Just the 2nd strikeout for Hernandez.
Yeah, you don't know if that's going to be called a strikeout. Looked like it was probably high in the zone. Now a runner in scoring position for Marte. Snelling's been on base both times. One scoring triple in the first. 10 steals now for Polanco.
Having himself a night, but he needs company.
Gets the final out. Well, the Pirates with a hit in every inning, but Hernandez has kept him off the board since the second. Pirates got off to a good start tonight. They had the lead, and Liriano added to it. Long home run to center. Made it 4-1, but the Mariners in the next half inning, top of the third, a couple of home runs. Gutierrez and then Seager with a 2-run, 2-out shot tied it up at 4. The Mariners taking the lead on Sean O'Malley's gripping double. They scored 3 in the inning. They take a 7-4 lead here into the 6th on our UPMC scoreboard. That looks like the surface of Mercury. Look at that. It's beautiful.
We started off the game with a bunt attempt that Liriano fielded well, made the put out or the assist. But, after that, they weren't bunting too well. They got one bunt base hit, but then they decided, well, enough bunting. They went for the long ball. That is about as spectacular as you want to see as you look back toward the west.
Knocked the bat right out of his hands.
Bunt, I'll get the ball in a little further for you.
Locke seems like he's pitching with a little bit of an edge tonight.
Well, starters don't like to go to the bullpen.
Knocks it down, but O'Malley will reach. Be ruled an error.
Yeah, he set himself for the in-between hop. The body in front of it, but it just went sideways instead of dropping down in front.
Now for our younger audience, even though it wasn't gloved, getting in front of it, right? Isn't that an important aspect of playing in the infield, if you can?
Yeah. He had to give a little ground because of the in-between hop, and you hope that when you get the body in front, it'll drop down in front of you. You'll have a chance to make a play. That went sideways.
Gutierrez has been on base all 3 times. 2 walks in that home run we just saw.
And just to go back to, managers and pitching coaches don't want starters to feel good about going to the bullpen. So it's not an attitude that you're zen. It's just that if you're a starter, you want to start. And the manager and the pitching coach want you to think that way. So he's going to be trying to work his way back into rotation.
And that could come as soon as Friday. There's been no commitment on who will start on Friday, but it it wasn't penciled in as Jeff Locke, who has been in the rotation. So
I'm sure they have candidates in mind. Brault's down there at Indianapolis.
Could be John Neese. Could be Chad Kuhl. Could be Trevor Williams. I don't know when their days. You know, I mean, it could be anybody. But it's not going to be Tyler Glasnow. He's on the DL. And Kuhl did leave his last start in Indy because of injury. There's Glasnow. So someone's going to start Friday in Milwaukee. But Locke hasn't been told that he's been moved to the bullpen. But he's been sitting down there for the last couple of days, last series, and this series. And the Pirates are, you know, there's Neese. You know, the Pirates are Neese, Locke, and even Liriano. ERA's over 5. And so it's been a challenging go for Clint Hurdle because, you know, who do you go with? You know, Liriano, fantastic his last time around. Tonight got battered. Locke, who has shown brilliance, and times he's been battered as well. Jay Shugel coming up. John Neese, you could say the same thing. And every starter has some good ones and some bad ones, but ERA's over 5 at this point in the season. It's tough to keep going with the same guys. Some of those young options have dried up. With Glasnow on the DL, Kuhl may or may not be available.
It's been a rotation and transition.
Constant transition. Who's the hot hand? Just keep playing it. What does help, though, is that double play. Nicely turned to erase that leadoff error.
Well done. You know, Jeff got the ball back, a very simple hop, but he took his time and made a really good, accurate, manageable throw to second base. And that's the key for a pitcher to do. Got the ball quickly. His timing was good with his pivot man right there. Yep. Good feed. Yeah, you don't want to give this power hitting team extra outs. And that error created that opportunity, but the double play takes it away.
You like Cano batting with the bases empty. He singled in a run tonight.
Yeah, Francisco got a ball up to him and just smoked it into left field like a good hitter should with that ball elevated like that. Nice delivery by Jeff down and away.
With 6 unanswered runs, scoring has settled down a bit. Popped it up.
Nicely done. Down and away, and then a little bit on the hands, just enough to tie him up. Facing 3 batters. Good work.
Jeff Locke helping calm things down with 2 scoreless. Broadcasting from Black Map. Look at our Volkswagen standings, and the Pirates inching closer by their steady play. Games back of the Cubs, but trailing here 7-4 to Seattle. Felix Hernandez giving up 3 in the first. Jeff Locke pitching 2 scoreless innings, really helping to settle things down. Jared Hughes preceded him, got a couple of ground balls with men on. So the bullpen, which has been such a strength, helping out. That one's down the line for a hit.
Action.
Young's going to try for 2. He'll get in easily.
Nice to have that redeemer after the error. And, I hope people take this right as you watch the replay as he slices it down against the scoreboard. But I hope we've seen the last of Jeff Locke after his 2 good innings, because we're down to a pinch hitter and we would be in real business if we get down there. Yeah. He knows he's got 2 bases. The minute that ball left the bat, just sliced it out that way, inside out a little bit.
11th double for Gum. Great start to this inning. Pirates have a hit in every inning, but have been quiet since the Liriano home run in the second.
Well, at least we're not positioned for a double play. That last double play hurt with runners on first and third, 1 out. Get John Hill in scoring position.
Cervelli already with a single tonight. Hernandez, as you've been keeping track of, Steve, that pitch count. Less of a factor with him than most, but still, the Pirates with a big inning here to knock him out.
Career start for Hernandez against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Those 3 were very good.
And seeing him now this season, not like he's vastly different in terms of, his competitive nature or anything like that, but we remember seeing such zip in that fastball. And now he's got to be mixing pitches more, and he's done that. He was up a little bit earlier, but change the speeds now. Throws a lot of changeups.
Just a couple strikeouts.
Throwing a lot of curveballs tonight.
A piece of Zanino. Well, there's padding there, but it hurts. It still hurts.
One catcher to another, trying to give him a little.
Yeah, he wants to jog out there and see if he can get the sting out of that and just loosen it up a little bit.
I would love to hear those conversations that don't really matter.
Well, I'll be honest with you, a lot of them don't make any sense. Sometimes when catchers come out to see pitchers, or pitchers call catchers out and just say gibberish to your catcher. Sometimes you don't even realize what you're talking about.
Do you like books? Yes. And Tom Wilhelmsen, Vidal Nuno the lefty. Yeah, only 4 swings and misses from Felix Hernandez tonight. And remember, I mean, that really great fastball and slider really were the 2 pitches he would use most before. Now the breaking pitch isn't much of a factor. It's add and subtract.
Formerly bigger fastball percentage numbers. There's a pitch delivered just off the inside corner. Cisco not happy at all, and that's a big call. Now you got 1 on 1 out instead of having a chance of keeping that alive and maybe doing some more.
Third strikeout for Hernandez.
It's a little bit of a tail, maybe enough to sell it. The home plate umpire David Rackley.
I'm a little surprised because Zunino's glove was actually kind of motioning in.
Following the tailing effect.
Yeah, instead of trying to cup it. That had good action there. 5 swings and misses now for Hernandez. Young with that leadoff double. Now he's trying to chip away at a 3-run deficit in the 6th. Rodriguez may get a chance this inning. Pitcher spot in the hole. Little poke in the left for a base hit.
Nice piece of hitting.
Gutierrez with a good arm, and Frazier's going to hustle into second base.
How about that? How much do you like this young man? I was looking at third, and so were the Mariners.
Scott Service not very pleased with that.
No.
Breakdown in communication. Love the hustle right out of the box. Just thinking.
There's the base hit.
Everyone else is kind of going through the motions,
Just
right?
a rudimentary throw in, and he doesn't take his eye off the baseball. Always know where the baseball is. You tell every youngster, know where the baseball is. Your eyes are so valuable to you. Going to take a review. Does he come up? Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. Could the slide cost him on that great alert play by not keeping contact? The pop-up slide. Did he get him on the hand? Well,
This
no.
would be a shame.
Yeah.
This is, and look, if this were going for the Pirates' favor, of course everyone would be happy, but the minute details of replay, you know, hey, we're taking advantage of the technology, but stuff like that. So close, you can't see it with the naked eye, but Cano, give him credit. He recognized it right away. He thought
it's a heads-up play.
that he got him. So
if they get the call, if he got him on the hand. If he didn't get him on the hand, then
got to see
we're in
conclusive evidence to the contrary. And a pretty quick call here from New York. He is out. Wow. And it was, to me, you could assume that he was out there because you could see on one vantage point and then you see another vantage point. Now, the folks in New York have access to every angle, and they may have seen something that we haven't seen. But you can guesstimate that he's out, but can you definitively tell he's out? Not by the angles we've seen, but maybe they had something in New York that we don't see.
Cano thinks he gets him and he points right into the dugout. Never hesitated.
That's a big swing. Instead of second and third and 1 out, runner at third with 2 outs. Frazier gets penalized for a really good play. Look at the thigh there. Are you sure that he made contact on the brushing across? That's what, you know, if that's the angle that was used, I'm pretty sure he's out, but you can't be pretty sure. It has to be clear cut to overturn a call. And again, maybe New York has something we don't see, but
yeah, it looks like he out.
what's funny about that is Franklin Gutierrez with that lollipop throw in, as Mercer's hit here, ends up getting an assist on that previous play. Weird as that is. But now with 2 aboard and 2 out after the hit by pitch.
There it is. And
you got Zunino pretty good too.
But the information is going to be exchanged out on the mound about Rodriguez coming up to the plate. Stottlemyre.
Rodriguez batting for Locke, who pitched very well in relief, 2 scoreless. And Frazier out on that overturned call.
Still time to cash it in here, bottom of the 6th.
Hit well to left, but not enough.
Right at him.
And so the Pirates, with a couple of hits in the inning, strand a pair. He has homered in both ends of a doubleheader twice this week. Barry Bonds did that once in his lifetime. I thought that was pretty crazy. Jed Jerko traded for John Jay in the offseason.
We'll see a good bit of him the rest of the season.
Johnny Peralta not available.
Archimedes Caminero coming on to make his 37th appearance. Gave up a run in the Phillies series, but had put together a decent streak prior to that, so we'll hope that he can hold the fort. As things have quieted down here through the middle part of the ball game compared to the start, when all kind of offensive stuff going on.
Well, the good thing is that the Pirates continue to threaten. You know, that overturned call really changed the complexion of that inning. 3 men stacked up on that side, and Drew still got it through.
Well, if you hit it hard enough and you're not right absolutely at him.
Let's look at our Nissan road ahead. Brief 2-game series. So the Canadian lefty James Paxton will take the hill for the Mariners tomorrow against Garrett Cole. And we'll have the coverage for you beginning at 6:30 right here on Root Sports. Who will be happier?
Every play makes those two folks happy.
Alfonso Marquez.
Yeah, you go back to that inning, very, very difficult with Frazier getting called out, and then that call strike 3 to Francisco Cervelli. A couple things that didn't go the way of the Pirates.
You look back at the McCutcheon at bat in the 5th inning. First 4 pitches he saw were outside the zone. You had 2 called strikes. He ended up swinging at strike 3 with Polanco on the move.
But we mustn't whine. Get him out here and go to
Sure,
work.
right. Well, there are nights where Pirates win games where they've had some disadvantages. They've been afforded some help here or there. Most nights played right down the middle. Too much of that early on from Felix Hernandez. But he is.
He better tuck his shirt on if he's going to continue.
He's got his jammies on. It's time for night. And Hernandez really worked out of jams all night.
Well, like they say, you got to get the good ones early. But after we got him a little bit, we got him early. But then he put up 4 zeros after that. So doesn't matter how it happens, there were zeros. Miles an hour.
Vidal Nuno, often traveled lefty. They lead down on strikes. May the Force be with you tomorrow on Star Wars night when the Bucks take on these Mariners at 7:05. Arrive early. There's a costume contest and there'll be official appearances by Lucasfilm characters as well. First 2,000 tickets purchased receive official Pirates Star Wars t-shirt. For tickets, go to pirates.com/Star Wars. Kyle Seager with a bunt hit and a 2-run home run. Happy 4th birthday. Nice job coloring in the lines. We got a little help.
That's a lot of work going on that side.
What a great place to spend your birthday, huh?
Yep.
Always spent yours at the ballpark, right?
Yeah, even when you guys are on the road, I come down and just sit up out in the bleachers. Yeah.
April, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Give you the address next inning where you can send the gifts.
Okay, all right. I owe you one. I didn't know when
yes,
it was.
You do.
Yeah, I was a little belated this year.
I haven't said too much about that, Joe. But yeah.
I get 1 free pass. I'll just double up next time.
Okay.
3-0. Cervelli makes it look easy behind the plate.
Casey Candell.
Ah, yes.
Coaching first base.
Had a chance to chat with him.
You guys have a history? Kind of a history? No. Just wanted to say hello, huh?
I always wanted to meet him. That one is trouble into the corner. 3-hit night for Seager. Cruz does not run well, so he'll have to stay put at third. I guess that's the one thing that all these extra base hits for the Mariners tonight. They don't run very well, so a lot of doubles with a runner at first don't score guys.
And there it is. Elevation.
Out of the park, you don't have to run fast.
He's not particularly interested in stealing a lot of bases or running fast.
Didn't look all that healthy either. I mean, normally doesn't run well to begin with, but kind of just a limp around. But second and third here, 3-run game in the 7th. You can see a path of coming back. You start getting around 4 or 5. That gets really, really difficult.
You need the Caminero strikeout.
Good start.
And then you need it again.
Talking with Caminero the other day about pitching with men on base. He says I pitch pretty much the same unless it's a kind of a weird situation. I'm trying to get soft contact. You'd think he's always going for the strikeout because he throws so hard. Now maybe in this situation he is, but
yeah, this situation screams for the strikeout attempt.
The infield playing in halfway. Behind the count.
And you sometimes wonder with that kind of speed, after you've shown a couple pitches outside, if you come inside, you might break the bat right in half. Let's see what Francisco sets up. You still want it out there, outside. But this time, nicely delivered with the slider.
Yeah, off speed at 92.
Yeah. We can go ahead and do his hair now.
Kings Court.
Go Mariners!
Happy for now.
Go Mariners!
Tries the breaking ball again.
Zunino, below 200 career hitter. He's had some stints with the Mariners. Shows a lot of power, but strikes out a lot.
You don't have to give in to him. You got an open base. Let's see what they decide.
Weakly hit. It doesn't move the runners.
All right. One more step to leave him there.
Nice soft contact there, getting Zunino for the second out. Leonis Martin does run well. He's the one guy that really has above average speed in this lineup. He has doubled and singled and has some power too.
Yeah, pretty impressive numbers for a guy in the number 8 spot if he hits there all the time. 13 home runs, some stolen bases.
And he bounces around the order. The lefty starter tonight, had him down in the order. Two and 0. Now, if it's earlier in the game, you got first base open in the pitcher spot next, but Seth Smith in the on deck circle. As you pointed out, Steve, it looks like Felix Hernandez's night is going to be done.
Yeah. Now Ray wants to talk to Caminero and Cervelli. By the way, had a chance to spend a little time with some former Steelers yesterday. They have a charity
Is that right?
for the vision rehab group. We were out at Diamond Run. Saw some old guys that were around when I was playing. Terry Hanratty was there, former Steelers quarterback. Mel Blount, and Edmund Nelson, Robin Cole. To the guys, and enjoyed being with them. Yeah, well, a lot of good old stories. Raised a lot of money. Tournament that had Chuck Noll's name all over it.
Oh, that's neat.
appreciate what they do.
Now back to Caminero. It's down to 0. Cruz at third, Seager at second. Popped him up. And he should get out of this inning. Nice job by Caminero. Second and third with 1 out. Strands them both and will stretch with the Mariners up 3.
Guest tonight on Twitter Tuesday, and he was asked by Jordan, why don't you wear your socks up?
I don't wear them up because you look faster when they're down, and I'm not fast at all. And then when I have them up, I look extremely slow. So you just it's just better for me to keep them down.
So there's a secret. You see some of these big leaguers, it may not be the fleetest of foot, Joe and Steve. Just wear your pants down. That makes all the difference in the world because nobody would ever notice otherwise, right?
Yep.
Just like wearing a really big number or a real small number, right? You know, you don't. There's Norichka Aoki in left field. So Franklin Gutierrez swings over to the other corner. And Vidal Nuno on the hill.
Would that be similar, Joe, to me gaining weight and buying bigger shirts? Maybe not. Just a hide.
So here's the very fast David Freese.
And so Hernandez goes 6 innings, giving up 4 runs on 9 hits. He walked a batter and struck out 3. He can win it. He cannot lose it. Vidal Nuno on board, the left-hander.
Yeah, the Pirates with several chances tonight, but Hernandez made the pitches. Pirates 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. David Freese, the leadoff man aboard.
Here we go again. Let's cash him in.
Some more Point Park tweets for tonight. Polanco already 3 for 3. He is seeing the ball well tonight. Magic Man. Rum Bunter with the so good for Polanco and Christopher Crawford. Polanco is fantastic and only going to get better. Well, so far it's been a breakout season for him. Age 24. Feel like his career arc is still very much on the way up.
You know how tough it is to raise your batting average this point in the season? He came into the game, Polanco did it, 283. He's gone 3 for 3, and it's 289. He has gained 6 points. I mean, it's tough.
Zunino has been getting rattled tonight.
Well, that'll make him forget about that sore knee.
Able to lay off some tough pitches.
Yeah, very stylish take. He went down, gave it a good look, and said, no thanks.
Back in the first inning, Gregory Polanco got his night started off with a bang. First of 2 home runs hit by the Pirates, dead center off Felix Hernandez. Polanco's 13. He's added a pair of singles.
Still trying to tease him with that breaking ball out away. Get out in front 0-2, you can do that. Get a little wiggle room.
Wow.
Another good take. 3 good takes. Sure don't want to help him out now. You would expect you're going to see a fastball, but there's no guarantee.
Branson and coach McCutchen waiting on deck. And a base hit.
Oh, and a good pick, a lucky pick. And he just stings the ball every time he sees it tonight. And the Mariners are lucky that they're not still running. And that's a major point. You can't get them all at once. But it certainly would have been another run with Polanco on either second or third. This ball is hit so hard, it hangs up almost long enough to get out to the right fielder. I mean, just unbelievable contact. And there's the pick.
Gutierrez, a former Gold Glover.
Don't always get that kind, but he makes a really good play. But the big thing is, we're in business.
Nuno out here in the 7th.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Kenny Ross, Total Confidence Pricing, and by Levin Furniture, the official furniture and mattress supplier to the Pittsburgh Pirates. For the best quality, service, and value, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks!
What has been a gorgeous night. Now Mariners trying to protect the lead. Tom Wilhelmsen.
Yep, former Mariner, went over to Texas. It didn't go well at all for him there this year. An ERA of 8-something, but in 9 appearances back with the Mariners, 1.23.
A place like home.
So far.
He's got to face McCutchen with the runners at the corners. Nobody out.
Cameo appearance for Nuno. Facing 2 batters, a walk, base hit, he's gone.
No, even. Well, the Pirates are 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position tonight. So Felix Hernandez pitching his way out of jams.
By the way, Will Helmson with the Rangers, 8 home runs out of the bullpen. Just out in front, got a lot of it. A little bit early.
One here would tie it. That'll go on the mantle.
Big breaking ball. Big strikeout for Seattle Mariners. And with 2 strikes, you cannot take that pitch. And you're perhaps looking for something else, but still can't take it. Had to take a wave at it. It would have been rung up.
Starling Marte with 1 out. Freeze the lead runner at third. Polanco on at first. And again the curve.
Pirates have set up shop so often since they have scored in the 2nd inning, but nothing to show for it. And that is a huge breaking ball.
Marte with a run-scoring triple back in the first.
Got him.
Close play.
There's absolutely nowhere to go right in this situation. Down 3. What do you think, Nick?
Nicholas.
Yep. Hold the fort.
I want to see him jumping up and down before long.
Yep.
You're back on TV. Strike on Marte.
You'd love to see him hit it over the fence, but you wouldn't mind seeing a gap shot either to score the 5th run and put yourself maybe at 2nd and 3rd. Anything to move this thing forward since the 2nd inning. No scoring for the Bucks. Good take.
Balls and a strike. .96 from Wilhelmsen. He's got the socks up.
Well, does he ever?
Marte is the tying run here in the 7th. Pirates led early. Mariners stormed back.
They tried that curveball again, and Starling was able to stay alive with it.
Well, the Pirates have a hit in every inning tonight. Just looking for that big hit. Oh no. Yeah, I don't blame you.
That's a tough deal.
She cracked. Foul ball. Hopefully they just get one so they can hold on to it. Three foul balls in a row here.
Well, Starling has seen just about everything that Wilhelmsen has.
There goes Polanco.
Again, the curveball.
Do you run there to stay out of the double play? Is that the thought? Or down 3 runs in the 7th?
Perhaps, or if you see him getting real careless with you, but it would be terminal to have him thrown out at second base. His run does not win the ball game for us.
You can tie it if he's aboard and Marte hits it out, though.
Well, yeah, if you want to reach that far.
But you don't. You can be at first or second in that case.
Yeah, at my point, you don't need to run.
95 from Wilhelmsen.
And comes back with 2 huge strikeouts as the Pirates set up shop for the middle, big part of their batting order. And so far, nothing to show for it. Some curveballs, and then he comes with a perfecta fastball. I mean, that is a pitcher's pitch. It's one of those quote unquote, you tip your cap, and that's going that kind of heat and that kind of location, you're not going to do much with it.
Gunn with a leadoff double in the 6th. Pirates now 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. They're due. Pirates with 10 hits, Mariners with 11. Each team has clubbed a pair of home runs, but earlier tonight.
And again, avoiding that hook.
I'm trying to give him more reason for applause. David Freese pinch hit to start off the inning. Drew the walk. Blanco, great at bat. Single. Both off Nuno. And the whole 2 strikes.
Wilhelmsen, 8.16 ERA in 30 appearances with Texas before coming over.
A little slider right there, right where you want it.
What a play.
O'Malley, oh my. And so the Pirates so promisingly, the inning started, go without a run. And this week on Inside Pirates Baseball after postgame, Juan Nicasio and an elite club with that perfect inning, and Gift Ngope, his improbable journey from South Africa. Inside Pirates Baseball presented by Allegheny Health Network tonight after postgame right here on Root Sports.
Frustrating evening, very frustrating to this point. Such a good start as you see by the UPMC line score. Not much action across home plate since the second inning.
David Freese remains in the game at first, and now John Neese.
Caminero goes to scoreless inning, surrendering up 2 hits, recording a strikeout, putting up a 0. Fits and starts, but not much scoring for the Bucks lately.
Hey, and just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller Time later in the game, brought to you by Miller Lite.
Jonathan Neese called upon to hold the fort. See if we can get yet another opportunity.
Facing Norichika Aoki, came on. There's changes by the Mariners last inning. Just got called back up, spent a good bit of time down at AAA Tacoma.
Clean work on the short hop by Jordy.
Aoki doesn't quite run like he used to, but formerly a pretty good base runner, so Mercer didn't want to take any chances.
Sean O'Malley, who came up with a really good play and a hard hit ball to shut down the bottom of the 7th.
When guys make those plays so easily, you think it's an easy play, but
well, they spoil you.
Yeah,
they spoil you. They spoil all of us because they do it so well so often. And it's noticeable when they don't make the plays. Sometimes pay more attention to that.
Now 2-0. Mariners with Edwin Diaz, big strikeout artist.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, young hard thrower. Got underneath it, but hit well.
Marte is up!
And enough room for Marte. Two down. And follow Pirates Baseball Live with the MLB.com at-bat app. You can stay up to the moment at any moment with Game Day, live game video highlights, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at-bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone or tablet. Gutierrez with a busy night, a couple of walks. Homered back in the 3rd.
You talk about Diaz out in the bullpen. Edwin Diaz, 22 innings, 44 strikeouts. Yeah, strikeout artist indeed.
Yeah, 2 an inning. The Pirates bullpen.
Were the Cubs after him?
Well, they already took one of the Mariners relievers, Mike Montgomery, the lefty traded last week. There's Diaz again. But hey, give credit to the Pirates bullpen this evening. And to this point, they have not allowed a run. All 7 runs charged to Liriano. So they've at least given the Pirates a chance to come back in. John Neese, no exception. He's retired the first 2 batters he's faced in the 8th. Neese, since moving to the bullpen, this is 4th game, an ERA of 2.25. And full now with Cano on deck. Cano tonight has driven in a run. Those are some good seats right there. shot at that.
Lots of different camera angles, lots of different looks here at the ballpark. Nicely done underneath the bat, and a 1-2-3-8.
What do you know? Out on the field today, testing out that left knee and doing some light running out there, some catching, throwing. He's trying to get back into action. He's been out for about 3.5 weeks now. Todd Tomczyk there working with Stewart. And Eric Fryer. There he is, back with the Bucks as Elias Diaz back down. Going on the maternity list, welcoming in a pair of twins to the world. Allison, his wife, boy Hayden, the girl Abigail, on Saturday morning back in Ohio. So congratulations again to the Friars. 2 for the price of 1. John Neese, a 1-2-3-8. Pirates keep having chances. They've gotten hits in every inning, and the bullpen has not allowed a run.
Edwin Diaz has advertised. Native of Puerto Rico, former starter through his minor league career until this year. And check it out. Rounded off. Yep, 22 innings, 44 strikeouts.
Doesn't look to be that wild with just the 6 walks.
Stays away from the heat there. Sometimes you wonder, coming up through the minor leagues, has started. Okay, tag, you're a reliever. Tag, it's over. You're going to work out of the thing.
Sometimes careers take off that way. Very strange how it works. So the Pirates 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position tonight, meaning they've had a lot of chances. They need to generate a few more. In the 6th and 7th inning, they came up 4 times with the tying run at the plate, down 3.
Oh, yes.
Way to find the hole.
Just wander, meander through the infield. Set up shop again.
Hey, 5 of the last 6 innings, Pirates have had the leadoff man on via the hit.
Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy.
101 miles an hour from Diaz.
So what does he get for it? They said, what's the exit speed on that hit? And does it matter? Not now.
Well, you asked. I'll see if I can find it.
No, please don't. Rhetorical question.
Adam Frazier. Great hustle his last time up. Tried to stretch a single into a double and just barely came off the bag on a pop-up slide. Cano kept the tag on, and after replay overturned the call. Instead of second and third and 1 out, it was a runner at third with 2 outs in that 6th inning.
Nothing taken for granted on tags at second base anymore.
On a measly 98.
Yep. Upstairs, and also almost has the appearance of rising, carrying indications of a live arm.
Diaz is 22.
Third round draft choice.
That's through for a base hit. Cervelli's going to move to third. Frazier's going to get into second this time, and the Pirates back in business here in the 8th.
Great at bat for Adam Frazier, and the more we see of him, the more we like him. And nicely into second base. Not sliding, thank you very much. Stays with that ball downstairs in spite of all that heat and gets it by the first baseman. Easy over to third. Pretty easy on into second base.
Frazier with his 5th double. He's got 7 extra base hits. There's Jordy Mercer. So here we go again. The Pirates bringing up the tying run with nobody out, just as they did in the 7th. Mercer 1 out of 2. 2-0.
And you talked about the combination of the strikeouts and the lack of walks issued by Diaz, but he is a youngster. He is right in the middle of the soup now, and Stottlemyre comes out and have a word with him as coach for the end.
Well, that's the one thing that Diaz does not have going for him. He got called up on June 4th. He's got 7 weeks in the big leagues. Judging by his line, he has not worked with these kind of jams very often. Almost 31,000 in the house tonight.
And see how it plays out. You got a big pitch coming up right here, the 2-0 pitch.
Underneath it. Will it be deep enough? Cervelli tagging. He's not going anywhere. 13 with that good arm in center.
Yeah, no need to risk. That run is not going to win you the ball game.
And Josh Harrison will pinch hit for John Neese.
So Diaz comes back and makes a big pitch, gets a big out. Second and third, nobody out, and he gets the fly ball not deep enough to score the run.
Harrison at 267. He's hit 3 home runs. Base hit to the outfield here with Frazier's good speed at second. Could play the pair. Big rip.
Again, this young man staying away from the fastball. In other words, not throwing it exclusively.
This one
He's not going to do it
shallow
either.
left.
And goes to the breaking ball. The off-speed pitch again. Nowhere to go.
Pirates are 1 for 12 with runners in scoring position. In the 6th, 7th, and here in the 8th, they've come up 6 times with a tying run at the plate. Down 3 runs. They're overdue. One of the guys that seems to always have that knack for that big hit. David Freese started the 7th with a pinch hit walk.
There's the heat, but he's done his best work with the breaking ball. And you can see that it's a live fastball.
Look when the swing gets started. At 6-3.
Unbelievable. One of those nights.
Pirates getting chances. 1 for 13 with runners in scoring position tonight. Still down 3. Game series against the Mariners tomorrow, and our coverage begins at 6:30 with Pirates pregame presented by WB Mason right here on Root Sports.
This has been something else in terms of frustration. So many opportunities, so much action getting an inning started, but just not able to get the big hit. And,
that's the best decision we've seen all day.
Discerning reader. Thank you very much.
Oh, look at that. You signed it for her and everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Thank you, young lady.
Wow.
A.J. Schugel, pitcher number 6. It's been a yo-yo for A.J. up and down. Indy, Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh, Indy.
Yeah, it was optioned the other day, but
he's got the easy pass.
Yeah. He's optioned the other day and never even left town. Was brought back the next day when Tyler Glasnow went on the DL. So Cano is out.
Going to carry the bat down to first base. That's
don't want the authenticator to get it.
That's interesting.
Onto it. Cruz was earlier lifted on a switch.
Number 7, Seth Smith will bat for Diaz.
So Seth Smith pinch hitting for Edwin Diaz.
Say that name fast.
I don't want to.
Good.
Seth Smith.
Didn't say it fast. But a good job nonetheless.
I can't wait for their closer to come on next. Steve Cishek sells seashells by the seashore.
Yeah. Doesn't get any easier. Nothing's been easy for the Pirates tonight.
Smith, the former Ole Miss quarterback, backup quarterback to Eli Manning. Of course, when he came up in his career with that 07 Rockies outfit of Clint Hurdles, that's when he broke in. He was playing alongside Todd Helton, who was backup at Tennessee for Peyton Manning. The more you know.
All four involved have done pretty well,
I'd say. Of course, that 07 Rockies outfit that ran away with things late in the year, winning the play-in game, sweeping the division series and the LCS, for losing in the World Series. But Smith was a big part of that tail end of the season when he got called out.
carved out a major league career that's going to span 9 years when the dust settles on this campaign. And all four have been one.
Clint Hurdle asked him about it last month when the Pirates were in Seattle, about, you know, how does that magic happen? Smith down on strikes. He and Smith, and talked with Chris Iannetta, who was on that team too as a catcher, said, you know, when you prepare as professionals, you believe you're going to win every night. Sometimes that happens. If you don't think that way, if you start to lose focus, then you may not have that chance. So these Pirates, who have been right around 500, continuing to just plug away, you know, take some series. That's kind of how you can be poised to do that. But of course, that was a very special run by that 07 Rockies. But as long as you have games left, it can always happen. And the Pirates entering play tonight, game and a half back in the wild card, with 3 teams ahead of them.
So if the score holds as it is now, both of these teams will have identical records. 51-48.
Good thing there's a game tomorrow. With one of those fans on top. Polanco tonight, 4 for 4. Have a chance for
just haven't had him up at the right time.
Well, that's it. You're right, Steve. I mean, the Pirates have a hit in every inning. They've got 2 in some of the innings, but they've stalled. But the bullpen has been great tonight. Scoreless efforts from Hughes, Locke, Caminero, Neese, and now Schubel. And the Pirates need 3 to tie. They trail it 7-4. And they have had their chances. They have brought the tying run up 7 times, 6th, 7th, and 8th innings.
And you can see the Pirates have out-hit the Mariners, but trail by 3. Steve Cishek, the closer, 23 saves. That's 3rd best in the American League.
He's failed to convert it 5 times. That side winding delivery.
.39 saves for the Marlins several years ago. 2 years ago, 2014. He has surrendered 7 home runs, but we need more action before we can get to that.
Polanco bidding for his 2nd career 5-hit game.
That it started again.
The Pirates have had the leadoff man on in 5 of the last 6 innings. They had 2nd and 3rd with nobody out in the 8th. 1st and 3rd with no men out in the 7th.
All 4 of Polanco's hits have been BBs.
Working counts.
That might be the foul ball right there. Might be the first thing he's made contact with tonight that hasn't been stung.
Crouch from Cishek.
Yep, and it looks like the original grip is the 2-finger fastball or the sinker. 2-seamer, 2-finger in the seams.
I would imagine as a lefty, you get a little bit better look at Cishek.
Well, this is the breaking ball. You can see that spin down and away, nowhere near the strike zone, but he got Gregory to chase.
Two and 2. Andrew McCutchen on deck.
Tough night for Andrew. Got hit by a pitch, hit into a double play and 2 strikeouts. That's not much fun.
So you figure he might be due, right?
Yep.
The rally cap's on. That's the only way to make it happen.
Could be the answer.
Up to Aoki.
Went way off speed, 77 miles an hour to get the first out in the 9th inning.
Center fielder, Andrew McCutchen.
Now McCutchen trying to get something going here in the 9th. Cishek with that slider that he was throwing, you know, played a lot of wiffle ball growing up, big wiffle ball player, and kind of the way it kind of looks like someone throwing a wiffle ball with all that kind of sidearm action. That's to the second baseman, Cano.
And on a night when the White Sox shut out the Cubs, trying to make some ground. It was a good early start, but the ball game got turned over to both bullpens, and down to our last out.
You like that they had the chances. You don't like that they didn't convert them. 1 for 13 with runners in scoring position. Still got an out left. Best part about this game, no clock. At least not yet.
Stay tuned.
Foul ball. And now 2-2.
Well, we split with them out in Seattle, did we not? So we'll be looking to do that here at home.
Foul tip. And in and out of the glove. Pirates have Garrett Cole going tomorrow. Mariners will send a lefty, James Paxton. Went to Cano. And the Mariners will take game 1 of this brief 2-game series.
In a painful fashion. Very painful.
Kyle Seager tonight, 3 hits. Big home run back in the 3rd. First time all night. Pirates don't get a rally going. Had a lot of chances this evening, but Felix Hernandez and company able to get out of it.
And disappointing work from a Pirate starter, Francisco Liriano, coming off a great start last time out. Could not figure it out tonight. And the mysteries of a Pirate starting rotation continue.
So Hernandez bests Liriano, and the Mariners take down the Pirates 7-4. Despite 4 hits from Gregory Polanco tonight. And now it's time for the post-game show. And let's go down to Robin Teak.
Joe and Steve, thanks very much.